development of my lesson. So my development of the lesson is based on mathematics and collecting data, which is data handling, right? So what I did is I started with collecting objects, right? And we collected objects such as pencils, right? Crayons, different colors of crayons. We had red, we had yellow, we had brown, we had different colors of crayons. So I asked the learner to come and pick from the container, to come and pick what they like from the container. And they had so many options. Others chose red, others chose purple. And then when they were done, I asked them to classify and group themselves. So when I asked them, they couldn't understand. And then I took them through the process. I took my learners through the process by helping them, right? I helped them. So I'd rather say I scaffold them with learners, right? When I group them, I help them. If you had like green crayons, you like green crayons, you were going to be on the other side with the green crayons. If you like the purple crayons, you were also on the other side. So I made them understand that data is collecting different types of information. So with the younger ones, you need to do it like you need to have manipulatives, things that they can see, things that they can touch, so that they can, understand what you mean. So after doing that, I had asked them, so I had a white paper. I had a white paper like this on the board. And then on this white paper, right, I divided it into. Okay, so I had a white paper and I had my groups. My groups were classified in 4 colors. Most of the learners like green, so red and yellow and purple. So when these learners liked these 4 colors, I asked each learner to stand up. And when they did this, I did it as rows, the first row, second row, third row, and the fourth row, right? I'll call the first row if you like dots like that. And then we had to count at the end, right? Because it's data handling, you need to know what's the mode, mean, and average. How many people liked purple? How many people liked So we had to count at the end, Wuti, how many people liked green, how many people liked red. So when they counted, I asked the learners. So learners, as you can see the dot, I want one learner again now to come and stand up and count those dots, and maybe Ether can stand up and come and count. Ma'am, we have green dots. Pilan can say we have a pink bottle at home, so they can share their stories. Ma'am, I have a pink bottle at home because I like pink. And the other one can say, I have a red cap. The person can say, I have a red cap at home, and then they can share, right? And then we can see. So after that lesson, I created a chart whereby learners we will use an overhead projector to show it on the board so that learners are able to see the data that we've displayed and we as young learners have collected. Because now with data, children think that data can be only collected by older people because it's information that you get. But also you need to make the young learners understand that data can be collected at any point and by anyone. Because now if I can say that as a teacher, I like red spectacles, and another person can say I like white spectacles, and then now we already have information that has been collected. So data is whatever that we get different opinions. Children need to understand ukuthi data is any sort of information that a person has or a person likes, anything that you found, because now not everyone likes the same thing. So when we have showed the data on the board, I'll now ask my learners. So you can go at home, ask your parents, Mom, which shape do you like? which shape do you find interest in. So those learners can come back at school, share with me as their teacher that my mom liked a circle, and I would ask why a circle, and they can tell me that my mom likes fruits. So now when she likes fruits, most of the fruits are built in circles. You can find a watermelon, that's a circle, an orange, that's a circle, an apple, that's a circle. So now I can make sense and I can collect more and more from other. So now, when I'm teaching this lesson, right, when I ask learners and they are able to express themselves, it helps them with the skills of communication. Most of the learners don't like talking and they're not verbal. So now, when you encourage them, give them rewards to make them, want to answer, they'll be happy, because now when I say I'm gonna give you a star, Temba will want to answer, and then I can reward Temba. Another thing is learners will gain their skill of writing numbers, because most of young learners struggle with writing numbers. The more they practice with writing how many data they've collected or how many things that they've collected from the data, they're able to practice numbers in their daily lives. So we need to know that as teachers, when we go through these lessons, when we develop learners, we need to have different strategies, find different ways of teaching these things, and make sure that blended learning is still involved.